Alright, buckle up, this is a two-parter. I've just finished season 3 of Reacher on Prime and had to go back and check out the source, Persuader, the book that it's based on. There are differences, improvements, and a few bits that are worse than when Lee Child writes a book that doesn't even have Reacher in it. This video's part 1, the book review. The book is long, the review isn't. Probably. So, in Persuader, Jack Reacher is back. He's in Maine, he's pretending to be a criminal, and he's going as deep undercover as Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop 2. Yep, that's the kind of reference you can expect here. Persuader is the 7th book in the Lee Child series, and honestly, it's like Reacher said, what if I went undercover, but still punched everyone? Turns out, subtlety is just punching people a bit quieter. Spoiler-free review incoming. So, without spoiling, Reacher spots a familiar face, someone he thought he'd never see again, and it pulls him into a mission involving the DEA, a drug smuggling empire, some surprisingly tasteful rugs, and a creepy family that live in a mansion that might as well be called Red Flags Incorporated. That's the setup. Guns, secrets, and lots of headbutts. Reacher in Persuader is peak Reacher. He's undercover, but he's still this massive 6'5" wall of a man. Like, how do you blend in when you look like you've been carved out of other smaller men, but somehow he does it? He's got the usual one-liners, the simple plans that often involve breaking someone's bones, and of course, a very strict coffee regime. You know, the essentials. The bad guys here are interesting. You've got the Beck family that are sort of charming on the outside, but an absolute nightmare on the inside. Then you've got Quinn, who's the main antagonist, and he's a blast from Reacher's past. Very interesting. Then there's an undercover agent who may or may not be in over their head. Special mention to bad guy Paulie, who has to be one of my favourite Reacher villains of all time. He leaves Reacher trying to solve the problem that other people usually have to solve about him. Enough said. This book moves really fast. It's a mix of undercover thriller and classic Reacher action. 1 minute he's eating a steak dinner in enemy territory, the next he's wrestling someone in a dark hallway. It's got all of Lee Child's usual tension, but it's also got the absurdity of Reacher's logic. If I kill everyone, the problem's solved. Fair enough, Reacher. No spoilers, but there's a scene early on, really early on, involving a kidnapping where Reacher does something that just made me stop and put the book down and go, of course he did that. It's over the top, violent, and also kind of genius. Absolutely classic Reacher. Lee Child explores some very Reacher things in this book. We've got revenge versus justice. We have undercover infiltration with Reacher joining this crime syndicate. And then we have the idea of a lone wolf hero whilst also teaming up with some allies. Lee Child goes extra Lee Child in this one. There's a lot of short sentences, a lot of action verbs. It feels like the entire book was written to be read standing up in a bus station. No wasted words, just momentum. You could easily finish half the book in one sitting, which is pretty dangerous if you've got work the next day. If you're new to Reacher, this is a really good starting point because it's standalone enough. But if you've already read some Reacher books, I think you'll appreciate how it takes Reacher into a more deep personal territory. Action fans, crime thriller fans, and anyone who likes the idea of a wrecking ball being disguised as a human being, this one's for you. Time to introduce the rating system, which of course has to be coffee-based, from the lowest score of 1, which is a decaf, to the highest score of 5, which is a bottomless black coffee. So how many coffees does Persuader get? I'm giving it 4. Not quite bottomless black coffee, but definitely a strong dark roast that'll keep you wired all night. It's brutal, it's clever, it's Reacher close to its best. Highly recommend. So what's your favourite Jack Reacher book? Does Persuader make your top 5, or do you prefer the earlier ones where Jack Reacher just rolls into town and accidentally dismantles a criminal empire? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so that we can keep talking about very large men who do very simple maths. 1 bad guy minus 1 bad guy equals no bad guys. Look out for part 2 coming soon, which is my review of season 3 of Reacher. Amazon spent millions so that I could say, yeah, the book was better.